Faye's holiday season is very busy, and with book 6 out of the way, we're already on to this year's winter banner. I wanted to give some first impressions because the banner won't be out for a few more days, and I wanted to talk about more leaks that occurred, which turned out to be completely right. Not going to talk about the banner units themselves that much, going to save that for the full breakdown video once we know more about their stats. I also want to share my plan for a future video I'm working on, and I'm looking for some feedback. It is Faye related, and I'll talk about it at the very end. Let's start with the leaks though, because it's not a huge deal. Basically, less than a day before the trailer release, there was a leak about all the units with the full artwork, and people even found the details about the weapon effects too. Apparently this time the leaks came from a Chinese website or app or something, and it was on the Faye subreddit as well. We saw art of everyone except for Ignatz, who is going to be the Tempest unit by the way. He looks like a colorless armored archer, which is pretty spicy. Now for this time the leaks were really nothing crazy considering the short time frame, but still the Faye development ship seems to have a leaking problem, as we've been spoiled a lot recently, and the previous leak was a pretty major one. Related to that previous leak, the only thing that hasn't come to fruition from that Discord screenshot is the potential Lilina in a blue dress. Obviously she is not on the winter banner, and New Year's has been focusing on Fire Emblem Heroes original characters and beast units for the past 2 years. If Lilina is showing up, it probably isn't anytime soon, which would then imply this person knew some super far in the future information, or they were just making it up. However, literally everything else they got correct, so not sure if there was some miscommunication between inside contacts or plans changed or whatever. Wouldn't really dwell on it much, but it's interesting. Now back to what we do know, the 2021 winter banner will be sparkable, and you can do it 3 times. That's definitely not the norm for seasonal banners, but it did happen last year, so it seems like it was a successful business tactic for the holiday season. As a reminder, the Black Friday deals are still available for another week I think, and I may take advantage of those myself because I'm definitely summoning on this banner. I think a lot of people will also be summoning on the banner because the 4-star focus unit is going to be Manuela from 3 houses, and she has freaking Special Fighter. Special Fighter is busted if you haven't discovered that yet, and putting it on the 4-star focus unit is actually nuts. That is some top tier bait, and even if you fail to get Manuela, you can spark her. She's going to be an armored sword user with an inheritable sword called the Winter Rapier Plus. This is an attack and defense unity sword, which is neat, and even though it's not a full spectrum unity like Legendary Marth or Fallen Ike, you can still double stack attack and defense unity skills. We already have the Carrot Cudgel and Tannis New Steadfast Sword, which has the 2-space range of unity, but it will neutralize attack and defense debuffs like Bond 4 skills. Now neutralizing debuffs are great, but Unity turns the stats around, which is potentially stronger. It mostly depends on if the enemy needs to use debuffs like Gunther's Blizzard. Now in terms of stats, Manuela has attack and speed farm, so she may be quite speedy. I'm guessing she'll be like Winter Hilda from last year's 4-star focus, who had 38 base speed. Next up we have another newcomer to Faye, and it's going to be Arthur from Sacred Stones. I did not think it was him at first, but his blue shawl, scarf, cape thingy matches his original outfit, and his appearance here makes sense with the other Sacred Stones character present. Arthur will be a green armored mage, and he will have the new Defense and Res Far Save C skill. We have a sparkable banner with Far Save and Special Fighter, so I hope you're ready to deal with both a lot more. For his weapon, the Snow Globe Plus, this is going to be an attack and res unity tome. Apparently, the Wyvern Snow Globe is a reference to his support with Cormag, and since Cormag was in the trailer when he uses Far Save, I think that's spot on. It's a very neat detail. With odd follow-up in his kit, I'm guessing Arthur isn't going to be very fast, so we'll have to see about that. For most people, Arthur is probably just Far Save fodder. Personally, I'm very excited for his introduction though, and I definitely want to add him to my collection. Third unit we have is Mirabilis. She's a flying blue dagger unit and a dancer still. She's going to retain her unique whimsical dance ability. While probably not really a fighter, we only have 3 other blue dagger units, and the last one was Petro. I think that was a couple years ago at this point. For Winter Mirabilis, she does have a unique dagger called the Dream Flake. It is very similar to her unique sword, except it activates within 3 rows and columns. If any foe in that range has a penalty on them, she inflicts -5 attack on top of that. Mirabilis' dance does inflict debuffs on the nearest foe within 4 spaces, and she has speed cantrip to stack more debuffs on top of that. If she needs to fight, she has Brace and Sands 3, so she's probably still very slow, and Ground Orders is going to be a nice support skill for her. Nothing super insane or new, basically a blue version of regular Mirabilis, and she has some new skills if you want her fodder. Last on the banner is Harmonic, Lysithea, and Lute. The young prodigy mages are teaming up and will be a colorless cavalry mage. In fact, if you remember Dual Ninja Corn, well, Harmonic Lysithea basically has a similar feeling. Instead of guaranteed brave attacks, Lysithea is going to have a 14-might tome that accelerates specials, can get +6 attack and speed, and she's going to do a speed check with the enemy. If she outspeeds with a value of 9 or less, or she loses the speed check, she's going to get desperation. However, if she outspeeds with a difference of 10 or more, she will get brave attacks. That is pretty scary. This unit feels sort of like Spring Severa, but with less trouble to get a 20 might slaying brave tome. Obviously, speed is very important, but it should be extremely easy to win the speed check against slow tanks. Against other speedy units though, Harmonic Lysithea and Lute won't get that instant 2-tap, so Dual Corn has her perks. Lysithea will have Swift Sparrow 3 and Attacker Miss Fortress Conto, so that's just more damage. Their Harmonized skill even grants a +6 attack field buff, bonus doubler, and Resonance Blades for more attack and speed. Jesus Christ. At this point, there is definitely no excuse why Reinhardt can't get a Dire Thunder Refine for himself. Now, to top things off, Lysithea and Lute bring Colorless Feud 3 with them. Seems like the devs want to push these skills out, and main threat I think of with this skill would be Flame with her damage reduction staff. Colorless Feud would also mess with Ash's attack buff on her C skill, and then someone like Dual Hilda's staff, funnily enough. Actually, the entire Golden Deer house, minus Lawrence, has a colorless form in phase, so perhaps this Lysithea is one who decided to change houses. We'll talk more once we have all the details. I wasn't planning to spend orbs this December, but that plan has definitely been tossed out the window. I'm planning to get Arthur and Lysithea and Lute for myself. Hopefully I can get away with a single solid copy of each and only have to spend for 1 spark if needed. I'm just thankful neither of them are red, because my luck with red units this year has been abysmal. Looking forward to the banner, but as a reminder, it's going to last for a whole month, and we still have a legendary hero and New Year's coming up. As long as there aren't any more Sacred Stones characters, my wallet should be safe, fingers crossed. To end this video, I want to talk about a video I've been working on for Faye that has been quite frustrating. It is related to the main story, but I haven't found a satisfying way to cover everything or what I want to talk about. I've always wanted to cover the game's lore, as little as there is, since it seems like Book 6 is finally bringing the main plot back to Asker versus Emblem. If you have any questions you want answered about things you forgot or didn't understand completely, please leave a comment. I'm in need of some guidelines to keep in mind, because currently I've not been able to make a lot of progress. I was thinking of doing a book 1 through 5 summary, however I'm also open to just talking about specific plot points. Maybe we'll do a series of lore videos instead. For example, we can talk about who is Bruno and what do we know about him so far. Perhaps we can cover the Ice and Flame Tempest plotline, since that should be coming to a conclusion with the Winter Tempest trials actually. Now, not 100% sure what I'm gonna do, but I think I need to tackle the topic of lore from another angle, because currently whatever I'm doing is not working for me. If you have any suggestions, I'm open to anything. That'll be it for this video though. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.